Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a new series that I'm still working on the name of, maybe MMOnday, MMOnday. We'll work on that. I wanted it to be clever. That's gonna fail miserably. Mondays, I think, maybe. We'll see how it goes, but I think just due to the convention, I'd like to start playing some of my MMORPGs on the channel, just in small little spurts here and there. We might get to where we have longer and longer episodes, and then we might turn them into more chill stream type situations, type experiences. I play 3 MMOs. I'm currently thinking about getting back into RuneScape, but I think it will be a little bit more time before I bother with that. So for the time being, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, which I'm actually taking a break from. World of Warcraft, which I just ended my subscription, but I still have a lot of characters to play that are under level 20, so I have lots of story and stuff to experience there. And ESO, the Elder Scrolls Online, and I play a Breton. I'm now at level 25. I'm working towards my daily rewards, trying to get this Keldoran servant, who I can throw into my house, one of my houses. And we're just going to do some writs today. I wanted to show off my character. She's a Breton named Gosalyn. She's looking pretty good in this Argonian gear, but I am a warden. And trying to do a character build that is based on a meta for player versus environment. I really do not like PvP. I'm not interested in PvP in the least. I actually tried to do some of that to get some event tickets, and I was forced into the corner where I cried and whimpered like a baby while bloodthirsty players ripped me to shreds beyond anything I've ever experienced before. So I won't be doing that again. Not by choice. I like this game for a lot of reasons. I had a hard time kind of getting into it because my first MMORPG, if you don't count RuneScape, was actually Final Fantasy. And this and Final Fantasy to me are very, very different because they use different approaches to reward the player. They use different approaches to challenge the player, and they just have, while they have the same kinds of sets of systems in place for the player to utilize in order to play the game, the mechanics of those systems are quite different. So if you've never played the Elder Scrolls Online before, but you have played Final Fantasy, it's a bit to wrap your head around. You keep wondering, well, why would I do this thing? What's the reward in doing it? Everything just works differently. It just works so differently. So, writs are like daily crafting quests you can pick up, and as soon as you learn how to craft, and you can go to a city which will have a bunch of crafting stations. I really, really like this city in particular, which I am currently here in Alinor. It is where the High Elves live. They're very snooty, but I like Alinor because all the crafting stations, and I know that there's probably a lot of places like this in the game, but I've barely scratched the surface of this game. I am very much a newbie despite my level 25. I like that all the crafting stations are really close to one another, and I can just run from one to another after picking up all the writs. And I can just knock out all my stuff at once. I decided to play this game and just be ultra casual about it. I'm not running dungeons, I'm not going in here doing raids, anything like that. The bulk of the experience that I've gotten has mainly been exactly through crafting and gathering, running out and just gathering nodes. And I've done a little bit of the MSQ for the base game, which I want to finish the MSQ for the base game before I do content for the expansions. But I stopped subscribing to World of Warcraft so that I could subscribe to ESO for a month. It's free to play, so you can download it right now. Well, you have to buy it. You do have to buy it, but you can play for free every month. You don't have to. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, you don't have to. I'm gonna use a crown experience scroll. Oh, I've already got one active. That's fantastic. Actually, that works just fine. What was I going on about? You don't need to subscribe, but if you do subscribe, you get crowns, which are, they're the in-game currency. Final Fantasy has Krista, but you're not using Krista in Final Fantasy to purchase things off the crown store, or off of the Mog Station. You're using real money. You can buy crowns with real money, of course, but then you can spend your crowns however you wish. You can hang on to them, you can save them up, and if you're subscribing, then every single month you get a free allotment of crowns. You basically get the amount of crowns that it would cost you if you bought them outright versus subscribing for 1 month. So they make it worth it subscribing, just with that system in place. It would be like if you got free Mog Station items off of Final Fantasy's online shop, which I don't think I can call it the Mog Station anymore, but just, you know what I mean. So you turn in these writs, which this doesn't have anything to do with the subscription. You just turn in the writs, and you get all kinds of rewards over here. You got crates. You can open up your crates, and they're full of stuff. Ooh, I got a recipe for pumpkin cheesecake. You got, for the Provisioners pack, which this is the cooking class, basically. You get a bunch of stuff for cooking, so ingredients. They're all reagents. And the UI is showing me that I completed these writs. It's a little bit slow. It's not as caught up as what I'm actually doing, because I'm working kind of fast here. So I apologize for that. But this game features, you choose one of 9 races who are split into 3 different factions. You've got 3 races per faction, and then you pick what class you want to be in. I think there's 6 classes altogether, and each one, that once you've picked your class, that's it, you're locked in. But that class can be a healer, a tank, or a DPS. It doesn't really matter. There are metas that you can follow. There's guides that you can follow where you grow in that class, and you're going to get skill points, and then you will spend your skill points according to what you really want your playstyle to be. So I've got a warden, and I'll show you a little bit of her abilities here very, very soon. As soon as I open up the rest of these crates. I think this is the last one I had to open up, I hope. I hate opening crates. I gotta go through my friggin'... I can use my recipe. There we go. Yeah, that's all I had. That's all I had. And is it K? Yes. So my class has got 3 different what they call skill lines, and then each skill line has got all these abilities, ultimate abilities, which are like limit breaks almost, but not, because they charge with your attacks. I guess that is like limit breaks in Final Fantasy XIV though. Sorry, I was about to compare it to limit breaks from other Final Fantasies. Active abilities and passive abilities. So these are passives, these are always on, and these are actives, these are skills that you drag to your hotbar. I've got my hotbar down here. This is all you get. This is nothing compared to the cross hotbar in Final Fantasy, but this is not tab targeting. These are like all AoEs basically, so... And then the fighting system is a bit different from Final Fantasies. So even though I only have 5 abilities and 1 ultimate, there's a lot of strategy that goes into which ones you use, but you do actually have 2 hotbars, because you have a primary weapon and you have a backup weapon. Once you reach a certain level, you can have a backup weapon, which allows you to switch weapons. Unlike Final Fantasy, you can equip and use whatever weapon you damn well please. Does not matter. Unless, like I said, you're following the meta and you want to be the best DPS you can be, or the best tank you can be, or the best healer or support you can be, then you're going to follow a guide and you're going to have a weapon that you're going to want to use. But I've got Animal Companions, which is very much this class's DPS damage dealer skill line. I've got Green Balance, which is the Warden's healing skill line, and I've got Winter's Embrace, which is this class's tank skill line. And these skill lines can be upgraded as soon as you have a plus sign next to them. You can gain the skill, and you can morph the skill into something that's more useful for you actually transform it at the cost of a skill point. And there is an in-game guide that will advise you over here on the left to tell you which abilities you should be getting for your class. So you can listen to this, or you can spend your skill points on some other stuff. There's skill lines for your weapons. There are skill lines, all the weapons you can get in the game here: two-handed, one-handed shield, bow, destruction staff, restoration staff. So this is the healer, and this is anything else that's damage dealing for like a magic user. Armor has skill lines. You've got light, medium, and heavy armor. Gosalyn here, she is a warden who I'm basically gonna go for well-rounded. I want to be able to heal myself. I want to be able to solo stuff. So I'm gonna have a little bit of every skill line. But she wears light armor. That's where she's gonna get all of her buffs and stuff from, since she's a magic user first. And so I'm not going to put anything into heavy or medium armor. It's all going to be light armor stuff. World skills include excavation, which is an awesome, almost like side job where you get to go dig up treasures and sell them. Leisure's main is stealing stuff and laundering the stolen items. Scrying, kind of similar to, it belongs to the same mini game sort of as excavation. Soul magic is something that happens when you want to heal yourself by killing enemies, and you can take their soul. You don't really heal yourself, you take part of their soul, and then you can use a soul gem to revive yourself. That's getting ahead of myself here. You've got different guilds, which offer you even more skill lines. Alliance Wars PvP stuff, so screw that. Racial, Breton skills. Oh, I've got magic and mastery I can upgrade. And these will differ, obviously, depending on what race you play. And then there are crafting classes. You can actually pick up all 7 of these. You don't have to switch between on-hand stuff like in Final Fantasy, but you can pick them all up like you can in Final Fantasy, and they've all got independent levels and skill lines. So if you're interested in crafting, which like I am very much, then you've got all kinds of stuff you can get into. So I'm just going to run back into the hub now, because I turned in all my loot, all of my writ stuff, and I'm going to use each one of these stations again, this time to deconstruct some of the stuff that I got as a reward, because I'm not going to use very much of that stuff at all, and some of it is meant to be deconstructed anyway. So they really reward you for crafting by giving you stuff to deconstruct and helping you build your craft level. You can research items, which will allow you to craft items and attach things to them, kind of like materia slots in Final Fantasy, but with different passive effects. I was already at a clothing station, there's no point in doing that again. You can't really do much with cooking. You can't like research things in cooking, you can just collect recipes. The symbol here on like this oak lightning staff that I got back as a reward for turning in a writ means that I'll get a bonus for deconstructing it, an experience bonus. So you saw that jump up, that's awesome. I'm actually pretty close to leveling woodworking, and the level will allow me to possibly unlock some more things I can spend my skill points on. I don't have anything to deconstruct here. Yes, I do. Steel sabatons. And I got 4 steel ingots for deconstructing that, but then I've got, nothing else at this point. So you can talk to any merchant you want, and you can sell them all the stuff that you don't need. Which, what have I got? I've got an elegant necklace. I don't need that crap. Everything I've got is so much better than that. Chronotonic, jasmine tea. I don't need this linen robe. I don't need the minor repair kit. I'm never going to use it. Sip of health. That's crap I don't need. How did I miss this stuff? I missed that somehow when I was hitting up all my stations. How did these writs come back? They came back. Oh, I forgot about that. When you pick up writs one day, you can do it once a day. You can do your writs once a day. But then if you don't turn them in on the same day, and you've got them and you turn them in the next day, you can pick up the writs for that day. So you can actually just you can pick up your writs and not do them, and then just do them all twice the next day to save time. I guess that would save time. I'm not really sure. So I'll just go through the whole process again because this rewards me mentally. It's extremely relaxing. I can chill out quite a bit just playing some ESO and crafting and doing writs. I actually really like doing that. Call me casual, I don't care. I do want to get to the next level though, because at level 26 you can use different materials to wear on your character, and I'll show you. For creation, if I uncheck that, this is the clothing station, which this is the station that I'm going to use for my character's equipment, because she wears cloth, because she's a magic user. So there's robes, shirts, shoes, gloves, hats, breeches, epaulettes, which is for your shoulders, sash, and sash. Everything past this is leather, which is for your medium armor wearers, like your dexterity folks, your hunters and whatnot. I'm not going to worry about that. I can use flax right now, and this allows you to make gear for levels 16 through 24, and the more flax I use, the higher the level it goes, but it does cap. It caps at 24. Past level 24, you would pick up a material that makes gear for levels 26 through, I think, 34. And I think that that's cotton. So I've actually got a skill point for clothing, which if I go ahead and do this, it will allow me to use cotton and leather. So I will upgrade that. Does that go up again? It will allow the use of spider silk and thick leather. I can already upgrade that again. I'm not going to do 10. It goes up to 10? Wow, you can only hit level 50 in this game before you start unlocking just skill points from that point on, basically. That's crazy. I won't worry about it right now. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Let's move those over to there. Let's move those to there. What do I want to do? I want to interact with this station and deconstruct all this crap and get that done, which gives me some stuff. And there we go. Yeah, I can use cotton now, and I actually have a lot of cotton because I've been farming this particular material somehow. I don't remember how I've been getting it. I think I've been getting it from reward chests from turning in. So the very next time I do a clothier writ, it will probably require me to use cotton, and that's good from levels 26 through 34. So I'll never be able to get any sort of benefit from wearing stuff made from flax ever again. And the appearance actually changes slightly as well. So my robe will start to look like that instead of that, and you can't really see that. I mean, you can barely see it, but that's okay. Just to give, just to melt your brain and how that works. I really like the crafting system because it's relaxing. You just go in, you click some stuff, and then you're done. I do like Final Fantasy's crafting system probably best of all, out of all the MMOs I've played, though, because it's the most involved, it's got the most strategy, it's a game in and of itself, pretty much. But ESO's crafting system is very fast. I mean, you get in here to do your writs, you're not going to spend an hour, 2 hours like you will in Final Fantasy, so, it's got that going for it, for sure. So we'll make a couple of these oak staves, switch over, make a shield, oak. I need to go ahead and unlock my next oak bit, because my staff that I use is made of oak. Both of my staves, my healing and my destruction staff, are both made of oak right now, and once I hit level 26 I'll be able to use beech. Level 26 is the magic number for me right now. And I'm making metal stuff, but I'm not going to ever use anything that's metal on this character. But if I ever have another character, which you're a little bit incentivized to create more characters because there's a lot of stuff that's account bound. So like all of your mounts are account bound. All of your pets, all of your houses, all that stuff is account bound. So if you really want to make other characters like orcs or Khajiit or something, you can do that. And you can have more characters sharing all that same stuff, and you can just level them. You can play the other the other 4 or 5 classes and learn which classes you really like best doing that. There we go. So I turn these rids in, and love it. Get lots of stuff. I'll open my crates up, and over time, my wife and I are gonna play this together, and we're gonna try to do the current event that's going on, which they do events once a month, and the events this time around are gonna offer rewards for a couple months in a row they're going to lead to a common goal. You're supposed to get a pet, and then you can trade your pet in and certificates in order to turn that pet into a skin for your character. And then you can turn the skin and certificates into a mount, I think it goes, and then the mount into a house. So I'm hoping that I can turn stuff into a house and get a free house. But instead of continuing to babble on, I'm just going to finish deconstructing. Whoops, I don't want to deconstruct those because I can research those. I'm going to finish deconstructing the pertinent things so I can get them out of my inventory. It doesn't look like I have anything, actually, as far as that goes. No apparel. Good. And, well, that's probably because I didn't friggin' open anything. Now I'm gonna have stuff to deconstruct. And if you're savvy, if you're really, really sharp-eyed, you see I've got an inventory space down here. What is that? Part of the Defiler set? Ornate? Well, it's bound and collected, so that's cool. That's cool all the same. That's cool all the same. So we get this stuff opened up, and we'll collect all the items out of it, out of each chest. Morning Reveal tea recipe, so I'll slowly collect every recipe that I can, just getting help from the writ rewards. Now can I deconstruct? Yeah, I got an oak lightning staff again. Deconstruct that baby. So foolish of me. And that's it, really. I mean, that's the whole gist of this game. For me, right now, anyway. I haven't left to go do any gathering or anything. I'll save that for another video. We'll just finish turning in some stuff real quick. And deconstructing, getting all these useless things out of my inventory. Keep those, because I can sell those. I know I had jewelry turn grains. You've got a lot of stuff you can refine too, which you can get so many materials and things so fast if you're not careful about your inventory. Hello, that's an awesome outfit. Hurry up and render. That's awesome. That is a nice coat. I like that coat. What's that outfit look like? You're a nice looking character. I like the face. Whoa, maybe not that close. I like that face from about 2 feet away. I have a similar one, but I look a little more bitchy. My character, that is. Yeah, okay, so no writs left, right? Let's go to talk to the merchant. Where are you at? Where's the merchant? There's a merchant. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up and buy my stuff. Sip of health. I can't sell you anything else, so I'm doing pretty good. But you can upgrade your backpack. You can get more items. You can upgrade your bank slots, and you can have your bank store more items. Okay, love it. You want to see my house? I'm going to show you my house. I'll show you one of my houses. I didn't have to spend real money for any of these. I was able to collect them in events. And you can use in-game gold to buy instanced housing as well. Even though the housing is instanced, you can have all this furniture that you can place. Your amount of bank space and bag space and furniture in your houses all doubles when you subscribe. And it all stays in that sort of twilight zone. It doesn't just revert when you are unsubscribed. It stays until you pull it out. You also get something called an infinite craft bag. That's awesome. So you see out into the wilderness here. Once you leave that door, you appear back out in the world, outside of where this one house is. Do you have furniture you can place all throughout the grounds out here? People have covered up their entire houses with things like stone walls. You can have bridges. You have like a little fishing scene set up down there, diorama, picnic tables. They say housing is the true end game. Where did you come from? What the hell are you? Did I put you there? Yeah, I did. That's my pet. I forgot all about them. And of course there's an interior as well. This particular interior, I have a... Not only can you have furniture, you can have people that you can place down. They'll walk around your house. This has got kind of a foyer almost, if you consider that a foyer. That's not... Oh, it's a landing. That's the word I wanted to use. And then we've got a bunch of tables up here in the attic. I didn't have to put those tables down. They came with the house. And then I've got a storage coffer here, which, you know... I've got 9 spaces left in my storage coffer, but I've got no reason to put anything else in there. I don't have a lot of furniture or anything right now for my house, but that will come with time. These are my mounts, by the way. They're not just boss monsters ready to tear me apart. He's pretty disgusting, but he's pretty cool. And then I've got this badass big cat. Only bad thing is I can't go back to the city when I leave my home. I'll be back out in the wilderness. So, but I can spend gold and I can teleport back to where I was. If I do it right now, though, it'll cost about 420 gold, so I don't want to do that. And that's it. I just wanted to do some writs and chill out and play some ESO and get all that done. And I got 2 more days before I can claim my servant to put in my house, and then I'll put her in there. Maybe work towards getting some furniture or some resources to build furniture in the meantime. Thanks, and I'll see you later.